Let's go!
Hey, let's go. Welcome to Seth's Smorgasbord of Sports, coming to you from the Fan Zone here at 51 West Studios. I have a really special guest with me here today, former jockey legend and Patriots superfan. We got Joe Flash Sierra, but we can just call him Flash Man around here. What's up, Flash? How you doing?
Man, it's good to be here. Are you kidding me?
Awesome,
This is
man.
the most exciting time I've had since I was in prison. My goodness gracious.
Right.
Let's get going. I'm with you.
I'm ready to jump right into
You
it.
fired a question because I am not a Ravens fan.
Right. Well, you know, the Ravens play the Patriots coming up this week. I'm super pumped up for the game. I know you probably are too.
It's going to be a night game. I'm glad for them. You know
Right.
why? Because people ain't going to want to watch what's going to happen to your Ravens.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be there, and I'm hoping for the Patriots to be handed their first loss this season. I know you probably don't think that's going to happen. Their defense is playing off the charts this year. How do you feel about their defense starting this season, man?
You know, I never thought anybody could stop running water. You understand what I'm telling you? But the Patriots, not only did they stop running water, they stopped running air. You know what I'm telling you? How many quarters did they go without a touchdown being scored on them?
It's ridiculous. Their defense has more points scored than they've given up this year.
My stepfather never beat me the way they're beating on people.
Right. And you got to give Bill Belichick all the credit in the world. He just got his 300th win. I think we should congratulate him for that. That's awesome. 300 wins. What's that, third all time behind Hallis and Schuler, right?
Man, he's stealing my lines, but I love the guy. There's three people now with 300 wins. Leading the way is Don Shula, and then you got the great George Hallis of the Chicago Bear era,
Papa Bear.
and now you got the man himself, Bill Belichick. I want to congratulate you. Be one of the first New England boys to congratulate you, because not only you a coach, you should have been out there directing the wars that we were in. We'd have been home quicker.
Right. I mean, Bill, you got to give him all the credit. I mean, he has 6 rings, 9 appearances with the Patriots. They're always in contention, and the way that he has them playing this year with that defense, I mean, this might be the best iteration of a Patriots defense that I've ever seen. And I know that their schedule, I mean, they've had the Bills, and the rest, the competition's been a little shaky. But you can't ignore the fact that...
Minimal at best. Minimal the competition they've had.
Right.
But let's go with this. Here's a thing that no one's been hitting on. You know what Bill Belichick has done? He has stacked the box when he knows he has to stack the box. 8 in the
true,
box.
man.
But not only that, he hasn't got defensive backs back there and cornerbacks and safeties. He's got track stars back there.
He does.
They look like stolen cars back there.
Dude, it's ridiculous. Their secondary is unreal. Stephon Gilmore headlining that secondary. He's the best cornerback.
Greatest
in the NFL.
acquisition for Buffalo. They gave him $60+ million for what? 4 years?
Yeah.
3 years?
They stole him from the Bills.
Oh.
If you're a Bills fan, you have to be kicking yourself for that.
They're
because-
still lighting candles at church when they lost him.
That's a huge pickup for the Patriots
Oh.
when they got him. And he helped them win the Super Bowl last year. He has them to an 8-0 start already, helping that defense. They got J.C. Jackson, the McCourty twins.
You know, the thing about, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're
The
good,
thing
man.
about J.C. Jackson is this. You ready? This is what we call homework. He gets penalized more than I did as a professional jockey. And I've had almost 100 suspensions. Every time I turn around, they're throwing a flag at him. I'll bet he sees flags in his sleep. I'll bet his wife throws flags when they're having breakfast.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he picks them up, but that's because he's playing aggressive. You know? The Patriots are just, they're dogs in their secondary right now. And that pass rush, I mean, they have guys like Lawrence Guy who literally did nothing in the previous stops, like in Baltimore. And
I
he comes
agree.
to New England, he's a star.
Man, you made a good point there.
Right.
But look at the guys around him. Look at the defense. And, you know, it's just not him. Look at the secondary with the McCourty brothers.
Right.
Well,
the
we haven't even
McCourties are
talked about them.
ridiculous. They're ridiculous.
And I'm worried. McCourty's listen to me, because I'm going to tell you this one time. One of you have played 11 years, and one of you have played 10 years. You both signed 1-year contracts. You still got the legs, and I wouldn't tell you if you didn't. You hear me? You got good years left in you. Don't walk away yet, because I believe we can win 1 or 2 more championships. That's if Brady decides to stick around. Are they going to sign him? If they don't sign him after trading Jimmy Garoppolo, what do you think?
Man, I feel like those guys, especially Devin, because he's been there for longer, he's like a captain of their secondary. It's like without them, I don't know if it's like the glue that it is.
Yeah.
You know, when his brother came, he stepped up to another level, to a whole nother level. They won a Super Bowl together. They re-signed him for this year. They were talking about retiring after last year, weren't they?
Yes.
And then they came back for this year, so they want to get that other ring.
But did you notice, like I said, they both signed 1-year contracts. I'm a
Right.
little worried.
Wow.
This is what the Ravens got. Now, we're going to give you this. Their greatest scoring threat. You're going to die when I say this. You ready? Justin Tucker.
I mean, Okay, Justin
He's
Tucker.
the next, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, he's the only thing closer, he's the closest version of Bruce Lee that I've ever seen. You hear what I'm telling you?
Yeah. I mean, I got you, like Bruce, the kicks and everything, but I mean, Tucker can hit a 61-yard field goal. That's amazing.
In his sleep.
In his sleep. That's a bomb. He can hit bombs. I mean, accurate as can be. He's definitely a scoring option, but the way Lamar Jackson's been playing this year, man, I've never seen a quarterback play that way on my team. You know, I've had Joe Flacco to look on, and like
Joe who?
Right, that's how we are in Baltimore. Right. Who's that? Because
Joe what?
We have Lamar Jackson now, and we're not worried about that. Lamar's been putting up numbers. I think if anybody can put up numbers against this Patriots defense, it's going to be Lamar Jackson.
I agree 1,200% with you about Lamar Jackson, but let me say this to you, and correct me if I'm mistaken. Not just the fans, but you yourself. You tied on?
Right.
Does Belichick do it better than anyone else? Take away what you do best and just bury them like they didn't even exist. Are we in agreement there?
That's a good point right there. I mean, he could literally have a spy on Lamar Jackson the entire game.
And you know who the spy's going to be, folks? It's going to be Bob Kraft, the owner himself, if he has to put him in there. It's going to be Bill Belichick himself if he has to put him in there.
Right.
And do you know why? Because that's how desperate we are to be winners.
The Patriots are... That's one thing I got to say about that organization. They find ways to win. You know, and they're 8-0. They're already proven it. They're halfway to undefeated. They've almost achieved that at one point. And I feel like if there's any team that Tom Brady ever leads again to get to that point, this could possibly be the one just because of the defense.
Right.
But in the regular season, there's like maybe two teams I can see beating them. And it's a healthy Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes. That's the Ravens with Lamar Jackson. That's only if they have an immaculately coached game. Great offensive plays by the quarterbacks, Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. I think that's the only way the Patriots can be beaten because their defense is shutting everybody else down. It doesn't matter. Well, they got James White and they got Sony Michel. That's a great backfield, okay? And when you compare that to the Ravens' backfield, I want to know your opinion on this because we got Mark Ingram. We picked him up in free agency from the Saints.
That's your man.
Right. I love Mark Ingram.
Yes.
And then we got Gus the Bus Edwards. Who's
I love him. You know what I like about Gus the Bus Edwards? He'll do whatever you ask him to do. He doesn't complain. He doesn't cry. And above all, team play is his way.
I agree with that. He is. He doesn't mind that Ingram's getting the brunt of the carries because when he gets the ball, he comes in and does his job. You don't hear him complaining about it. And I love that in a player because it's not like he's me type of personality. But my question for you is, what backfield do you think has the advantage heading into this game?
I'm going to be honest with you. Where we excel, and you try to follow me, and I know you can. If not, I'll get you a diagram. I'm fooling with you, okay? This is where we excel. We keep fresh horses on the course at all times. Sony Michel, he might come in at the majority of the plays as far as running back, but you're going to look at James White, you're going to look at Bolden, you're going to look at whoever he puts back there.
Don't forget
That would
Burkhead.
surprise me. What was that?
Don't forget Burkhead.
Oh, Burkhead, and Devlin's hurt. He's gone, right?
Right.
And now he's not even on the roster.
Right.
Ain't no telling where he's going to show up. But what, like he said, Burkhead is what you call a fullback. Are we in agreement there?
Yeah, he's like a Swiss Army knife.
Yes. Yeah. You can put him wherever you want, and he gets it done.
You told me earlier about Seth Roberts. You said for the Ravens, he has hands like glue. And I think you were right. You know, you said he's a very underrated player, doesn't get enough credit.
I'd love to have him in New England.
Right. I'm sure the Patriots
even if he was selling ice cream cones at Foxborough Stadium, Gillette Stadium now. I'd love to have him.
Right.
But all kidding aside, the one thing I see tonight for that night game, it worked out in your behalf.
Right.
This is what we're going to have. I think the game's going to be over early. I think they're going to frustrate him like they did Cleveland. And I'll tell you why. You know he's going to stack the box. Are we in agreement there?
Yeah, the Patriots are going to stack the box for that game because they're going to expect the Ravens to try to run the clock, I think.
And they're going to try to use Lamar Jackson. But they're going to have the spy there. And it's like I said before jokingly, it could be someone from out of the grandstand. But they're going to have his ass covered from, and I don't mean to curse, I just think they're going to have him coming and going. I don't think he gets out of the backfield. I don't think he gains anywhere near the yardage he has been gaining on suspect.
Confident in the Ravens on Sunday Night Football.
What do you think the final score will be?
You know, that's a tough one. I'm going to lean Ravens, and I'm going to lean in a low-scoring game because I feel like our defense with the acquisition of Marcus Peters...
That was a big move getting him from Kansas. Was it Kansas City? Oh, the Rams. They got him from Rams, and Rams got him from Kansas City.
Right. Yeah. So that was a huge pickup.
Oh.
We have him and Jimmy Smith's coming back healthy. He might be ready for the Patriots game. We got Marlon Humphrey. Our secondary is looking really good right now. Earl Thomas headlining it. I feel like they'll be able to keep the Patriots offense in check a little bit. I mean, they only put up 27 on the Browns, and that's mostly because of turnovers. And I feel like the Ravens will protect the ball a little bit better. Like, I think the Patriots will get their turnover. They might even get a defensive score, but I'm going Ravens 21-17.
You know, I feel bad for you. I already feel like we're at a funeral. You know what I did for this guy? Because this is the first time him and I ever worked together. You ready for this? I brought flowers. I brought flowers. Where's the Patriots shirt I brought from there? I don't know where I put it. Oh, goodness gracious. Seth, my brother. Look what Joe has for you.
Oh, my God.
You see? Put Harmon in there or somebody. You could have put the Blessed Mother in there. We'd have had better results if you got in there. If you'd have put Bob Kraft in there. If you'd have put Idi Amin in there. What was you thinking, Bill?